Okay. Question number 4 here from Sally. So Sally's question is twofold. The front of our house was rendered 12 years ago. We've had recurring problems on the edges of our window bay walls. The edging strips on the bays have rusted and the brown marks have come through the plaster and paint. We're not sure if we need to re-render the wall or if it can be repaired. We're not sure what has caused this. It's been treated and repainted a couple of times, but always comes through again. Second question, we're looking to do a lot of work on the home, rendering of the front and back of the house, new windows and doors and a new kitchen. We want to know what order to do the jobs because all deliveries and white goods will have to come through the front door. So we want to try and limit any damage. Hope you can advise. Okay. Well, thanks for the question, Sally. A bit of a surveying question, which is interesting here. So I would suggest what's probably happened here is that on the external wall, you've got what do they call it? Beading or galvanized beading will be embedded into the into the render. Sorry, which it sounds as though that galvanized coating has deteriorated and now it's rusting. And the problem you've got now is that once that rust has started, there's no protection to the beading to stop it rusting further. So you can keep going on this fourth bridge approach, if you like, which is putting stain block on the damp patches that are coming through and then repainting. But ultimately, with that galvanized metal strip still in there, which is rusting away, unfortunately, it's going to carry on doing it. So my guidance would be to look at chopping that out and replacing it. Now, if you're going to get the house re-rendered anyway, it's not going to be a huge exercise for somebody to do. They'll just come in, chop it all out, replace it, embed some proper galvanized beading in, and then when they render around it, it should all be watertight and everything else. Something very similar actually happened in a farmhouse that we were doing up some time ago, Sally, and it was around the windows on the internal reveal that instead of using metal beading, because it was done, probably 150 years ago, they'd actually used timber strips. Okay, so there were timber strips embedded in the plasterwork, and then they plastered up with the reveal up to this over this timber work. And what had happened, of course, is that as we replastered over, because the house was a bit of a mess, we did all the replastering, because of the timber that was in there, absorbed all the moisture, and then as it dried out, because of the plasterwork was all drying out, we started to get cracks appearing. And the only way we could deal with it was to hack out the timber work and then do a replastering job around the windows. So sounds like it's something very similar going on with your rendering here. So I'd just get them to chop it out and replace, but make sure you see them do it and make sure that you inspect the beading that they're putting in there, that it is galvanized and it is all kosher, for want of a better word. And that will help massively in terms of preventing this problem reoccurring in the future. As far as your order of works are concerned, if you're looking at getting things kicked off now, Sally, what I would probably suggest is that you look at maybe replacing the kitchen now over the winter period, because it's work that can be done indoors and it's less of a convenience of obviously having your doors and windows out if it's blowing a gale outside or it's snowing. And then I would look at, in springtime, replacing your doors and windows when the weather's a little bit better and all the rest of it. And then your rendering would be done after they've done the replacement of any doors and windows, because there's always a risk, no matter how careful the window contractors are, if the render's been, done right up to the windows, they start taking the windows out. It doesn't take much to knock, some of the edging off the render, and then all of a sudden you've got an unsightly repair, which wouldn't have been there if the windows and doors had been replaced first, and then the rendering done afterwards. So that's how I would approach it if I was in your situation. There shouldn't be any damage of people getting white goods and stuff in and out of the house. That would just be a contractor issue. So yeah, just make sure you've got some competent people on board with that, because I'd like to think that the white goods would come heavily wrapped and that sort of thing as well. So any damage against the plaster walls coming in and out of the building would hopefully be very superficial and not sort of big dents in the plasterwork, etc. So that's how I'd look at approaching that one, Sally. Good luck. Hope it all goes well. And again, if there's anything we can do to help in terms of finding either contractors or other people that would maybe help you there, then we'd be happy to do so. So good luck with that one, Sally. All right, you guys. Well, I have got some more questions, believe it or not, but I'm actually going to bounce those into next week because it's coming up. I didn't realize we've been on this for nearly an hour now. So thanks for all your time, care, and attention with us. As I say, I'll deal with those questions next week for anybody that submitted those questions and you want to know what the answers are. I'll feed those to you next week. I'm really excited about where things are at with WiggyWam and everything else that we've got going on in the background. Hopefully, there's going to be some pretty cool things unfolding. Well, not hopefully, I know there are. And I'm really looking forward to how that's going to help and support people in their moving journey. So keep an eye out for those. It's going to be very exciting in the race towards Christmas as well. I can tell you that. So I'm really thrilled to be able to share more with you when I can. And yeah, as November progresses, I'm sure there's going to be more and more announcements coming out. So keep an eye out for those. As always, if there's any questions that we can help you with, any concerns, any comments, any feedback that you want to give us, please feed it through to us. Happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk. That's happy to help at wiggywam.co.uk. You can also reach out to us on our website, which is wiggywam.co.uk, or also on Twitter, which is at wiggywam_UK. That's at wiggywam_UK. And be happy to take any of your questions ready for next week's webinar, which is going to be, again, very exciting. And I'm looking forward to working with you guys all again then. So that's it from me. Thank you once again for tuning in, and I'll look forward to seeing you all on a future episode very soon. All right, you guys, you take care. Be good. Bye-bye.